I have a response, which is
Hmm.
that you talk about how like empathy is an answer, but I think this is actually a perfect example of the failure of empathy because I think Alex is right in a way in that the author's intentions in his skull were allegedly positive. That while he
Don't
was
think.
writing this, the author was like, I'm being supportive of gay people. I'm giving a hashtag nuanced take of acceptance. And because he had no idea what he was fucking talking about in the least, he wandered into something that, on his face, is kind of horrifying and really offensive. Not
Yeah,
because he didn't care, but because he didn't know.
yeah. And I think there is something to be said about the past, and like there are movies I like. For example,
They
what's the Jim Carrey movie with the pet detective? Yeah,
Oh god, no.
it's incredibly transphobic, and but when I was a kid, I liked
Zoolander.
it, but it really like
white girls.
it is very transphobic, and I just didn't. I was just when I was a kid, I just didn't understand the context of that movie and what it was trying to say, and but if you take it out, like the Monopoly Man, that scene like cracked me up. I think unintentionally, but it is very funny. But yeah,
We'll see if this goes forward.
I think the important part is to remember that Anita Anita Sarkeesian quote that is, it's both important and sometimes necessary to both enjoy media but also acknowledge some of its most problematic or pernicious aspects that can like
Mm-hmm.
have a bad impact if you show it to the wrong people, and just uh, also like know how to filter your sources. And like when you make a work of art, like it's hard to make it foolproof, like it will never be problematic, but it is a good thing to try and do that. And
Right, but
I
if you
think
have to throw like any artist,
any actor will like, I don't want people when they watch my work to feel sad about, like, no, okay, no, that's not, like, they do find some authors do want emotions, but like to trigger
the
something in their
entire
life.
genre of
Yeah,
sad stories don't
yeah.
exist anymore.
I
This is
think no,
Titania's
no,
take.
no, that's not my take. I don't think any author wants to make somebody's life worse with their work unless they're a bad person, and I don't think that Data Life person is bad person to that extent.
Right. Well, okay. I'm sorry to sort of interrupt, but we need to get through all of this before we come back to these takes.
Yeah,
So if I may make requests of you girls, let's try to get back into the
Play by
proper
play.
play-by-play,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and then we're gonna circle back to it. But before we continue, I just wanted to thank you, Titania, for doing that Anita Sarkeesian quote, because I was about to scold you for like coming forward with milk toast lib takes about the author and about empathy and shit. But with that single quote from Anita Sarkeesian, you just alienated the entire gamer populace from being our audience. So thank you.
I'm a gamer.
I'm going to say gamer's most oppressed minority. So therefore, I've evened it out.
With the glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
Yes.
I thought white
Let's.
people were the most.
Yes. Let's not talk about gamers.
That's what Stormfront, the hero from The Boys, told me.
Let's not talk about gamers. Let's talk about something slightly more transphobic, which is Data Live. So we have Miku
No, okay,
and
whatever.
Shiori. Okay, and Shida dresses up as a girl, as Shiori, and goes to the school. And it is now revealed that this idol that we have been discussing in the beginning with the new school that is going to be doing this competition, this idol girl is actually the spirit girl, the diva, whose actual human name is Miku. And yes, she has greenish bluish hair. She is an idol. This is an obvious wink and nudge. This is not even subtle. She's just Hatsune Miku, but
No,
lesbian,
she's.
I guess.
No, what is
But-
wrong with you? What is wrong with your bad
Do you not
taste?
even know what Hatsune Miku is?
Do
Like,
you looks
I
it?
know. Hatsune Miku is essentially kind of like me because she's a fictional. Yes, she's a robot. She's a fictional digital being.
yeah,
Vocaloid.
like,
robot.
first of all, Miku's Hatsune Miku's breasts are not that big. Like she's not that sexualized. She is like she has blue hair, and Miku has like anime gray
Hair?
hair.
She has blue hair. Let's be fair.
Okay,
Let's find a picture of her so we can all say she clearly has blue hair.
Yes.
but Hatsune
send it
Miku
to
is
me via the
like
printer.
she's like a virtual, and Miku from Data Life is like more like real and stuff. Like
Well, yes, but to quote Kirito from Sword Art Online, the only difference between the reality and digital world is the amount of information.
I mean, honestly, that is true information.
I killed the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
I'm just thinking about that quote.
So I know one of our podcast members refuses to watch the actual show that we're talking about.
I like how this recap has taken longer than the actual episode to watch.
yes,
So
and
yeah,
we try to.
I will go faster.
Right, yes, go faster.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just posted a picture so you guys can see what Diva looks like. You dirty people that don't actually watch the shows we talk about.
Yeah, Shiro disguised as Shiori goes to let's just okay whatever. I think this joke is good. Shido disguised as Shiori walks to Hatsune Miku and tells her, "Can I see your panties?" And because Shiori or
Which I like to clarify.
let's
For
just-
the book
let's- let's-
again,
let's just
the
call
book,
her
he thinks this is a dumb idea twice.
Let-
This is a dumb
let's-
idea, but he gets bullied into doing
yeah,
it.
let's just call him Shiro for the rest of the podcast, whether she's Shiori or he's Shiro, whatever.
Yeah.
Because Shiro looks like a girl now,
Did this work?
this works, and she asked for her panties. Or no. She will sell her panties to him if she goes on a date with her. And she accepts. I think that's the end. No. And then is that that's the Jessica Bailey from DM instructs AST to capture Toka and Shiro. So they are now going after her. Or the ACT is now directly going after Shiro and Toka.
Because the global military-industrial complex decided to go against them.
Yeah, directed by Sir Isaac Westcott. Isaac.
Yes,
Westcott Prescott.
Westcott Prescott. Yes, Westcott Prescott.
The
I know,
leader of the
Titania.
world.
I don't know.
Tanya, I know what you tried to do, but no, you were mistaken. Please say his name correctly. His name is Westcott Prescott.
Prescott Prescott.
Okay.
CEO born in 1964.
Yeah.
CEO
Entrepreneur.
Deus Ex Industries. Deus Ex Machina Industries.
And the opening is not as good as the first season, but the ending I think I really liked it. Mana wakes up in the next episode. Remember Shiro's little sister? That's not Kotori, but her actual blood related. She wakes up, and a voice that sounds a lot like Masakis guys tells her to wake up, but we don't see him. So she could be anywhere. She could even be in the space station that Kotori has.
Yes, you could even have been there the entire time.
Yes, she could have been. She could have been on Ratato's card the entire time. Yes, and that concludes the first episode of this arc. But let's just keep going.
Only 6 more to go.
Yes, let's keep going.
And this is the most important part of the arc. Toka wants to play the drums. But
That's next episode. So next episode, turns out they're all going to prepare for the school competition. But we have another scene that happens before that, if you don't remember.
Yes. What about the ultimatum?
Yes.
no,
So,
that doesn't.
That
Toka
happened next episode.
Toka
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to play the drums, and then that we find that out now. But okay, whatever. Shiori and sorry, Shiro is handing out papers for the school festival when Miku goes and asks her out on a date, despite Shiori's annoyance at Miku's arrogance. Remember that part?
I guess yes.
Wait, no, the band stuff is in this episode.
Yes, it is. It happens after this, though.
No, they form a competition. I, Mai, and me, the so lame girl, prepare a band of their own to compete against Miku.
Yeah, but there has to be the bet first between them.
Yes.
And this is. Don't you remember how we learned that Origami is actually such a good singer that they can't portray it?
Yes, they first go on a date. They talk about it. We are rushing ahead, but
You're right.
Shiori,
I missed that part.
Shido slash Shiori meets Miku in her mansion, in her lesbian mansion. Talks with her a little bit. We learned that the secret power of the diva is mind control, with a pretty substantial range.
Wait,
She can essentially
do we learn that actually?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Her
Because-
range is
because
as far as people can hear her voice.
Yes, because she initially tries to take over Shiori's mind, and it doesn't work because Shido is resistant to that because he has spirit powers of his own. So he's not influenced by her voice power. So she has no power over him. And then Shido proposes Miku.
I think it must be because he's overflowing with spirit power, because her power works on other spirits. So there
Can we
just
talk
has
about
so
how-
much spirit power.
Yeah, we can pause.
Yes.
Yes, let's
Can
say.
we address just the opposite? Like we covered like the transphobia, like, you know, oh, they're just men in dress trying to prey on us. But we got the opposite here, which is another stereotype, which is that
Predatory lesbians.
Predatory-
We're gonna put a pin in that for now. But thank you, Lilith, for pointing it out. But we're gonna put a pin in that for now, and we're gonna return to it later. Because if we don't, this will just turn into a straight hour of me screaming. That's what's gonna happen. It happened before. It happened twice before. So for now, we're just leaving that information.
Our host, the ghost in the podcast, is like a grenade, and I am longingly stroking the pin, just wanting to pull that fucker out right now.
Oh yes, pull my
Yeah.
pin.
So Shiro is unaffected by Miku's power. So Miku tells her, "Okay, I don't." And we learned something very important. That
She
I
was
wanted
like, I have the power to steal spirits. She's like, but I don't want to be sealed. I love being a nuclear bomb.
Yeah,
I
and-
love watching civilians and women and children die horrifically because I needed to sing louder.
Yeah, she actually doesn't
I'm a terrible
care.
person.
She actually doesn't care about people dying just because she exploded on the train station, and she did it on purpose because she wanted to go to that music theater. So she's a terrible person, and
Yes.
even if some of her friends were there, she says she doesn't care. Now, that could be just her playing up the acting because she wants to make what who she thinks is Shiori afraid, but
Yes,
it's
we could.
it's not really shown.
Yes, we could maybe be charitable and assume that she's not really like that, but we are never
well,
given any reason to believe that she's not.
She definitely doesn't care about humans, and even if they were her friends,
Yes.
she says, lying or not lying, but she does have the enough composure to say this with a straight face that she doesn't care if her friends died. So
Yes, and of course, let's keep in mind that when she says friends, what she really means is the girls she is mind controlling, her slaves. So she's talking about slaves, not friends.
Her victims.
She doesn't really
Sure.
she doesn't really have a concept of a friend at this point in the story.
yeah, but
Or
but
consent.
Shido
Or consent.
yeah, Shido
But
is
she has an idea of consent. She just doesn't care about consent, but she knows what consent is.
yeah, Shido is very disgusted by this, and so
Yes.
Miko
As he
proposes.
should be.
Yeah, Miko proposes whoever wins the school festival will decide like you can steal my powers or I can take you out on a date because she still doesn't know that Shiori is he actually. Like
Yes.
yeah. Um yeah, they identify as a male instead of a female.
Yes. Okay. So yes, they make that deal. They
Yeah.
make that agreement. Of course, Shido has his quote unquote badass moment when he takes a stance and throws that challenge to Miku completely
I
unprompted.
won't cut
rather
it
than Oscar.
badass, but whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's how it's presented. That's how it's supposed to.
I don't know if
I don't know. I
it's
think you're so
semantics.
crazy,
It's
Eminem.
semantics. Let's go.
Okay, I know.
Okay,
I
now
agree,
now
but
this is the
we're gonna
yeah.
consider-
Now is when Mana wakes up and we don't know where she is, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Then we go into the actual school festival.
first
our
first Origami hears from Ryoko about the mission to capture. No, wait, no, damn it. That's
no,
afterwards.
no, that's afterwards.
No, first, then Shiro shows up at school. He's like, I need to make a band. An interesting fun fact in the book, or his sister proceeds to use his childhood trauma to bully him and just going away for an entire week. He literally disappears for a week to do nothing but guitar practice for a week before the scene.
That's not shown in the anime.
Okay, that's not shown. Yeah, that's not absolutely not shown. In anime, he just like plays guitar pretty well. In,
No. In the book, he's literally kidnapped and just held in a room for a week with nothing but protect his guitar.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know which one is.
Let's remember that this is comedy show.
Yeah.
Nothing is funnier than a guy being held against his room in a week for a week, being like, "No, play guitar."
For the explicit purpose of seducing the lesbian girl, mind you. Again, I feel like Kotori is the real villain of the story, but I digress.
She definitely is. So he shows
No, you
up
have to
and
gaslight
Typical male.
this lesbian
Yeah.
with a fake girl.
I want to make fun of Eminem. Can I do that?
yeah, we can always
always.
put him
Yeah.
in. Oh, yeah.
Eminem is a typical misogynist guy that doesn't want to see girls in positions of power succeeding. Just like all the women that throw bombs in war from the drones.
Yes,
Oh my God,
Absolutely.
you know what?
Slay
What,
queens.
Diva, she is gatekeeping. She is gaslighting. She is girl bossing. And how does she do this? Through the power of jihad. So,
Yep, and Kotori absolutely is just trying to outgirl boss Diva. Like, this is absolutely
So,
one point. Yes.
Yeah.
funny thing about when they all formed their band, Origami asked to join. He's like, "Yeah, I know match music," and she's panicking because she doesn't know music at all. So she goes home, and between going home from school that day and showing up to school the next morning, she uses her like 900 IQ to fucking somehow perfectly learn the guitar from scratch, teach herself music symbols and how to play guitars at a professional like level in like the span of like 8 hours.
Yep.
She also sings pretty well. That's
in-
in,
Oh yeah, no,
that-
she's playing well beforehand. She also just winged that because how smart she is. She's so smart. She just figured out how to sing perfectly.
that's in the book, except for the singing part. That's also only in the book.
In the anime, there's actually a pretty cool scene where they set up a band and like all of them are showing off their skills, their abilities, and what they can do. So like, Shiori is like playing on the guitar. We see the twins, one of the twins, I think HK47, on the drums, and we can and there's a scene where Origami starts singing. And her singing is so sublime that it's not even shown in the anime. There's like just a transition cut where we see the
And everyone's
reactions
like,
of
"What?"
people. Yeah, they're like, "Oh my god, this was the." And actually, that was kind of clever and kind of cool on the part of Data Live. This is the only praise that this season is going to get from me. Take it for what it is.
Yeah.
So now we have okay. Now we have our band. We are ready, and we are about to embark on the mission of winning the school festival.
Wait, how
But
are you not forgetting the most
unfortunately-
important moment?
I was
Where
just
your
about to
favorite
do
girl
it.
learns that she's really good with the shaker.
Tambourine, yeah.
Yes. Toka initially is distraught at the thought that she cannot play drums because the drummer place is already taken. So she's given a tambourine and she's doing great with it, and she's so excited to just play and mash the tambourine. And I love her so much. She's great. I wish this anime was just about Toka, like all of the transphobia.
I thought you hated her because she's straight and you hate straight people, as we established last episode.
Toka is a spirit.
Yes, Titania. In fact, Toka is in fact a spirit. Thank you.
I hate straight people. She's a spirit.
Yes.
Wow, all this happens in the second episode? Okay.
Yes.
Shido then needs to like do be a head maid in the maid cafe, and
Yes.
they have a lot of cute girls apparently to the standards of everyone, and yeah.
So, but then the music competition. So then after this, Origami's like thrilled. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get to hang out with my boyfriend." Who I remind you,
No,
is dating.
that's afterwards. Then it's the Miku scene, remember? Oh no, you're thinking about the book, right?
I mean, the book ends at the attack. That's where I left off.
No,
Okay,
but
but
okay,
We didn't get
in
to
the
attack later.
okay, in the anime, after the maid cafe, Shiro goes with Miku on a date essentially, and
Yes.
Miku is playing like a game where you can win a stuffed toy, but she loses at it because she's a girl and she was weak. No, I don't think that the live author was saying that, but
No. She just
Yeah.
loses because she's never really played games like this before.
Yeah.
This is.
I mean,
this entire
okay,
scene, like,
okay,
we can.
carnival games are scams.
Wait,
Can we agree
can just-
carnival games are scams?
Yes, there absolutely are scams, but we can just gloss over it because the entire point of that sequence is just to hammer home how much of a sociopath Miku is. Like, we don't have to stop here. She just tries to mind control the guy handing out the prizes.
girl.
Yes,
Yeah,
the girl handing out the prizes to give her the prize that she wants. Shido doesn't take kindly to that. He gives her some weak-ass liberal bullshit about how she has to earn the prize and she can't just take it.
Well, I
Which-
mean, I
I mean, I think the bigger thing is that Eminem is pro forcing people to your will.
I think if for example Miku was mind controlling the station person and giving it to like a kid that wanted it but couldn't get it, I think Shiro will be like more forgiving. But what he's essentially saying is like you're not really like, the point of the game was to like, you know, have fun and try, like you're not really like having fun, you're just like doing whatever, like
Okay,
I guess it is kind of
yeah.
liberal. You can put it that way, but I don't know. It's
Okay, like I said, we can just gloss over the scene because the entire point it serves is to hammer home that yes, Miku does not like she's in it to win it. She doesn't care about forcing people to do her bidding. She doesn't understand the basic idea of like not forcing her will on everybody. Yes, okay, we can move on.
yeah. I think that's actually like a good criticism, that the stuff that Shiro says is actually very unconvincing, and it's more about not forcing people to do your will. I think
Eminem is pro, as we learned.
Yes. Anyhow, yes. Right. Yes. But
Yeah.
Sure. In the meantime, in the background, it turns out that Origami, unfortunately, is not going to be able to attend the singing competition. She's not going to be able to be a part of the band because, as it turns out, Westcott Prescott is a little son of a bitch. And the new ASAT team that he sent to Japan as part of his own organization is about to make an all-out attack to try and capture Diva,
Her boyfriend.
Yes,
I
to try and
I
capture
really-
actually to try and capture the princess and Shido. That's their explicit orders. Origami finds out about this because her leader tells her in confidence, and so Origami sets up on a plan of action to once again steal the.
Can we talk about that scene, by the way? I really like the scene, like where the captain that's named Ryoko, she tells her like, man, I'm so angry, and then she reveals all the information. I might even forget.
So glad Origami isn't standing behind me listening to this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then like she also says, I might even forget to log in this weapon suit. How clumsy of me. Like
By the way, can we just say another thing from book information?
Mhm.
Why would you even keep a take around that only one person's ever been able to use for more than 5 minutes without their brain melting?
That is a very good question. A lot
Like,
of
Wait,
why
wait,
even
wait,
keep
what?
that,
Yes.
Can you say that again?
that magic suit she uses? She's the only person in history ever to be able to use it without their brain melting. Why even keep that take around?
Yes. There's
and-
no reason for them to even have that.
Well, I think like okay, this might be a little bit of like out of order, but Ellen is like the most powerful wizard. Maybe
That's true,
she.
Ellen could probably use it, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, but then why hasn't Westcott Prescott confiscated it? Okay, never mind. It is revealed at the end anyway that all of this was Westcott Prescott's plan anyway. So whatever, he's a mastermind.
Well, it. Let's
I
talk
don't
about it
think
later.
I could make an argument that he totally accounted for Origami stealing the white licorice, and that all of this is a part of his plan. But we're gonna get to that later.
I mean, we'll get to that later.
Yes. Okay. So Origami is on a quest to stop the American ASAT girls, and our main team with Shido, with Toka, and the rest starts the singing competition. Turns out that Miko has done it dirty, and she mind controls a chunk of Shido's team, so that Shido is already playing from the defensive position, and they can't really do a great performance.
Yeah, with no singer, Shiro has to ask Kotori. Like, no, actually, Kotori says Shiro will have to like lip sync, and that's important later. There's also a difference between the sub and the dub, because in the sub, the extended edition, there is another scene of Miku singing, like an extended scene before her transformation into a spirit.
Mm-hmm. In fact, this is probably a good point to mention the fact that there's a huge time discrepancy between the sub and the dub. By which I mean that there are like entire scenes and moments in the sub that just don't exist in the dubbed version.
The sub is a director's cut, not the release, not the TV show release. The dub is the TV show release, the TV release.
Yeah.
Right. So there are scenes that just don't happen. Like, for example, the entire sequence of presenting the rival school, the all girls high school, much longer in the director's cut than in the actual dubbed version, which leads to some interesting discrepancies. But it doesn't matter that much.
It's mostly minor stuff, honestly, and I think that speaks to like even the singing from the sub before with the idol before the other song is good, but I think it's a shorter product and it's also better the dub, and it is less problematic also, which is a nice plus.
Right, sure, of course. So we finally get into the actual live performance of the people, while Origami is desperately trying to fight off the other ASAT team. The performance is going on, and of course,
Origami has the white licorice, by the way.
Yes, the super science tank that fries your mind unless you are extremely intelligent, because wizards work off of intelligence in this setting. This is just bad D&D.
Yeah. So
Can we not just gloss over that uncritically?
What part?
What the fuck does that? What is intelligence in this universe? Like, how do you define?
No, wait, no. The intelligence. They never talk about intelligence. That's just.
Yeah, we're only going off of the assumption that has anything to do with being a wizard. We still don't know how being a wizard works. All we know is that Origami is like mid to level intelligent.
Yes, we know
she's
that
the world's second. And she's the world's second best wizard. So we're just making an assumption that intelligence has something to do with it.
So
yes.
No, she's not. She's not even the world's second best wizard. That's Mana, I think.
Like
no, She's the
Is
second
the
best.
author's idea of intelligence just like you can learn guitar really fast? Like,
Yes.
like is it like a neuroplasticity type
I mean,
idea?
yeah.
I honestly think that if you just like sort of surprise the author and asked them to define intelligence for you, they would set IQ points. I honestly think that's the case.
Most people say that, and most people don't know
Yes.
about the bell curve. And
Yes, but
Yeah.
most people don't make anime, and that later has an impact on people who watch it. You know what I mean?
that is
I
true.
would like people.
but
I would
I-
like
I-
people who
I will
create
remind-
our media to have a better ideas than that.
I will
very
remind you, there was this movie called Lucy that was about unlocking more than 10% of your brain power. With-
Please shut the fuck up, please, for my brain cells.
Lucy.
Your precious IQ points. Yeah.
Oh no.
At this rate, Lil's gonna lose so many IQ points. She's gonna start believing in IQ.
Yes.
Well, then maybe I can finally use 100%.
Ironically, I am a ghost in the podcast, and now a big chunk of my brain power, processing power, actually has been logged. So I am actually using 10% of my real power, but that's just because I'm a soul.
90% of your 90% of your brain has to go to video rendering.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a worthy endeavor. If you were ever wondering why I suddenly make ludicrously bad claims, it's their fault. Honestly, they locked away my mental capacity, my digital gods.
Would you
Anyway,
rather the videos? Would you rather the videos take a whole week to render, or like one day?
I would rather have a successful podcast than a fully functional brain.
well, you can have one of those things. A lot really happens on this episode. I'm surprised how much happens.
Yes, the second part of the second season is just jam-packed full of content. Okay, yes. So this happens, the performance happens,
Yeah.
and of course...
Kaguya and Yusuru, Kaguya and HK47, they are professionals because of all their competitions to see who stays alive.
That's in the book. I guess
Yeah.
competing in everything just makes you good at everything. I guess.
Yeah. So they back up Toka and Shiro in the performance. However, because the ACTs are fighting, somehow that destroys the lip sync technology Kotori has. So Shiro has to like sing for real, but he
Yes.
can't. And that's where Toga starts singing.
Probably because he was bullied. Probably because he was humiliated as a child.
But we
was
never learned that in the
was
anime.
that
There is no...
was that in the books or?
Yes. That's how
Oh.
they bully him into staying in a room for a week to learn guitar.
Oh wait, no, I'm talking about, was he bullied about singing, and that's why he
Yeah.
couldn't sing, or?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes, that's what Kotori possesses, a recording of him attempting to sing.
Oh.
And threatens him with releasing it unless he learns how to play guitar in a week.
Kotori might be the actual villain then. That's
Kotori actually is the villain of the story. I am glad they cut all of her like worst stuff from the anime, because in the anime she's actually like, she's okay. I don't hate Kotori in the anime. In the book she absolutely is the villain. Like, she's more villainous than Westcott Prescott.
Yeah. Also, I
mean, girl boss.
yes.
Okay.
Girl boss
Yeah.
all over this.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Lilith and Lilith and Eminem would probably like see like a story about like a Nazi, but it'd be like, okay, but they're a gay girl goth, so it's fine. This is what we
Yeah,
discovered.
girl boss thing. What can I say?
Well, I mean,
What do you think?
You say that, but that literally exists. It's Saga of Tanya the Evil, and I stand. So
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
No. Okay. No. There is a different. Okay. Whatever. We'll talk about Saga of Tanya the Evil if you comment or watch Saga of Tanya the Evil. We'll literally do anything if you comment it, because
just please comment. We'll do whatever you want. You just
Yeah.
tell us what to do.
and like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget about it.
There's 120 of you that watch this. One of you fuckers should watch a comment.
Yeah.